Hello everyone, I thought I'd do a video today. This coming week is going to be haphazard for me, so I'll come around as much as I can, but it's a very busy week for me. The first thing I'm going to do is our devotional for July 15th. The chapters for this one is Matthew 6, verse 34, 2 Corinthians 12, verse 9, Psalm 62, verse 8. Do not worry about tomorrow. This is not a suggestion, but a command. I divided time into days and nights so that you would have manageable portions of life to handle. My grace is sufficient for you, but its sufficiency is only for one day at a time. When you worry about the future, you heap up day upon day of troubles into your flimsy frame. You stagger under this heavy load, which I never intended you to carry. Throw off this oppressive burden with one quick thrust of trust. Anxious thoughts meander about and crisscross in your brain, but trusting me brings you directly into my presence. As you thus affirm your faith, shackles of worry fall off instantly. Enjoy my presence continually by trusting me at all times. I want to do a tag. It's by Lisa Littles, and it's Did You Ever? Summertime Fun. I hope I've got all the questions down right. I took these from Karina. So I was born in 1959. As a child, I grew up in the 60s, which I think was just the perfect time. I was a teenager in the 70s, and I have so many memories, so much fun. There was a group of us that lived, there were a cluster like houses. There were 5 Cape Cod houses right across from the city park. And Sue Ann and I were like sisters. She was a couple years younger than me, and she had two older brothers. And then Debbie lived down around the corner, and Tyra and Dana lived down on the end of the little cluster of houses. And when I was very young, Cindy and Kay lived right next door, but they moved away. And then, of course, my parents were really good. Our house was a hangout. All my friends loved coming to my parents' house. They all loved my mom. We rode bikes, we walked, we played tennis. Sue Ann and I both played the piano. We would sing. We played Barbies. We played kickball. We would sit out on the front porch after the porch light or after the street lights come on when it got dark. As long as our parents knew where we were, it was okay if we were at one of the houses. And Romback Avenue was across the park from us, but we could see it well enough. And it was a busy street. It's like 22 and 3, a state route, but it comes through town. And I remember we would play one-eyed bug. We would look for Volkswagens with a headlight out. Oh my goodness. When I was young, I remember Dad would take all of us across the street to the park. I carried the bucket, and the boys especially would get night crawlers, for going fishing because we had a pond across the street too. I just, a lot, lightning bugs, just hanging out as a child. But anyway, getting back to Lisa Little's tags. Number 1, did you ever have a lemonade stand? And I do not remember ever having a lemonade stand. Number 2, did you ever have a pen pal? And yes, I did when I got older. I remember definitely I had 3 pen pals. During the Vietnam War, Dayton had a radio station, WING, and they would have special programs where you could call in, request songs, and you could dedicate to soldiers. They had pen pal lists for soldiers, and you could get like the POW MIA bracelets. And I had one pen pal that was actually from about 20 miles away. I'm not sure if Blanchester's that far, maybe 10 or 12 miles. And he was in Vietnam. And you got to remember, I was 12 or 13. And I wrote to him while he was in Vietnam. He would write back. Of course, he was older than me. He sent me a picture. I sent him a picture. He was very good looking. And when he got back home, he called me and he actually come over and visited me at my house. And I remember we walked through the park. I had another pen pal. I never met him, but again, he was military. And then when I was 17 years old, I had my first flight. I flew to Charleston, South Carolina. My former husband, we were not married at the time, we were engaged. He sent me plane tickets to Charleston from Dayton, Vandalia, to come down for the weekend, and that, along with a Barry Manilow song and a birthstone necklace, was my 18th birthday present from Randy. So those were my pen pals that I remember. Number 3, did you ever go to yard sales? No, we didn't do yard sales. Number 4, did you ever write letters to a fan club? And honestly, I do not remember ever doing that. Number 5, did you ever have a club with friends? And I don't remember ever having a club with friends. I was in the Brownies, I think, in first grade, but I don't remember that at all. Number 6, did you ever trade lunches or snacks? Probably, but then again, I really don't remember. When I was in elementary school, I pretty much either took my lunch, and mom, of course, made what I liked, or I ate the school lunch. And then when I got in high school, I didn't even eat lunch. I would come home and eat right after school. Let's see, number 7. Did you ever have outdoor picnics with friends? And I do remember this. When I was like probably second, third grade, there was a girl that lived behind me, and her parents were both professors at the college. I grew up and was born in a college town. And at the time, it seemed like the lane back to Lisa's house was just like really, really, really far, but actually, it is not that far. There used to be a dairy farm back there with the college and an old farmhouse, and I could walk back the lane. But they've since made a housing development back there. But I would walk over to Lisa's house, and her mom, which I thought was just beautiful, she had long blonde hair, would fix us and Lisa's 2 brothers picnic lunches. And then we could walk back another little lane to Lytle Creek, and we had picnic lunches back there. And that was back in the time when kids were safer, and we were, we just went out and we did things, and our parents didn't worry about us. Number 7, no, that's number 8. Did you ever play school? No, never. Now, I remember a few times with my cousins, and I think a couple of friends, maybe we played doctor, but no, I never played school. Number 9, did you ever go to summer camp? No, I wasn't interested in that. Number 10, did you ever have slumber parties? Well, of course. I mean, yes, lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of slumber parties. And again, when I was younger, Dad would even pitch a tent in the backyard, and the girls would all come over and we would sleep out in the tent. I'm going to do this a little bit different this week. I have got Miss Presley Memphis with us today. She's in her car seat, and she is just conked out. It has been a wet, stormy, rainy morning, and I have got her in a little outfit that is new. I bought it last year at Walmart. I thought it was cute. So we're going to do New Doll Clothes, and that's by Jay at J Dolls UK. And it is blue and white with little, I don't know if it's whales or fish, but anyway, you guys know this outfit because a lot of you I know had it. It's a little romper, and it has a white onesie with little tiny blue dots that match. And I happened to find some little socks that actually match it. And they're blue and white checked. And then, of course, she's got on her little white crib shoes with the bells. And the little owl is by Janet Smith on Instagram at creations underscore so underscore real. And it is so cute and so soft, guys. I love this little owl. It's done in lavender. What I do want to do, because you know what, I don't think I'm going to do very many themes this week. I'm a little bit burnt out. I don't know. The last few weeks, as you know, have been really, really hectic, stressful, and crazy for me. Tuesday this week coming is my state audit and structural review. We'll be glad to get that behind me. Then immediately I have to do my continuing education courses for next year. Then I'll be done with all that stuff, and then it'll be time for my eye shot. So today's the last day of the Clinton County Fair. No, I did not go. When I was a kid, high school, well, you know, junior high, mainly junior high and maybe freshman year, that was the hangout. Our parents would drop us off at the fair when they went to work, and they'd come and get us when it started getting dark in the evening. And what we did all day at the fair, I don't know. I'm not a fair person anymore, guys. But anyway, I wanted to read off the themes that I can think of, and I know there are more, and I'm sorry, I don't know all of them. I couldn't think of all of them, so I wrote these down just a few minutes ago. So this is going to be the themes for this week, just reminding everyone about them. Monday is Anything I Want Monday and Week of Themes, and that is by Dee at the Baby Patch. It's also Cheeky Monkey Monday, Monster Monday, and that's Gilly the Monster, Disney Monday, Tuesday is Toddler Tuesday, and this week was Renee, and I think it's like glittery and sparkly things, and guys, I'll be honest, we don't have glittery and sparkly things. It's also Wild Wednesday, and that is by Penny and Keith over at Playful Reborns. It's Onesie Wednesday. Thursday is Dress Up Thursday, and that's In Love with Reborns 2011, and also Having You On. Friday, I can think of Casual Fun Friday by Kitty and Toddy at Little Waddle Nursery. Fresh Face Friday, and if I'm not mistaken, that is Bella Blessings. And really quick while I'm thinking about it, on Monday, I think it's Cuddle Baby Monday, and that is by Cena Dolls. Okay, back to Friday. There's Floral Friday, and of course there is my hashtag that is Thankful Friday. Saturday is Playday Friday by Patricia at Patricia's Dolly Dreams, and also Silicone Saturday, and that is by Melamori Nursery. And I think there's a Sleeper Saturday. And Sunday, I know there's a couple, but I could only think of one, and that is Sleepy Baby Sunday, and that's by Mandy's Cuddlebug Nursery. So I think I've got all of them that I could think of. Any that I left out, I'm so sorry. I can't keep up with all of them. And we might do a couple of themes this week, but we're not doing all of them. We're just going to take a break from it. So I got stung by a hornet last night. Jeff and I went out about 7:30 and took a small walk because, oh my gosh, yesterday the humidity was like 200%. It was terrible yesterday. And he took a bike ride yesterday morning, and then we were like, I don't know, hermit crabs maybe. We just stayed in yesterday. And then last evening we did take a small walk. Oh, and we saw some deer. There were several deer, 4 different deer, 2 males and 2 females in the cemetery last night. We've been seeing a lot of deers lately. But they're not sure about you, but they are pretty tame, and they're just beautiful. I love the deers. And there's been several babies too with the spots. So it's really fun to go over and see how many deers that we see for the evening. They're also along the roads, so you have to be careful right now. Um, but anyway, we had come home and I was throwing away a tissue out in the outdoor trash can. And Jeff had left the lid up because he had trimmed one of our bushes yesterday and thrown away, some of the mess. And all of a sudden, something like it felt like a needle going through my chin down at the bottom of my leg. And I looked down and there was a hornet. And we've been having a little bit of problems with them around the front porch. And Jeff sprayed really, really, really good. But anyway, he was still like, I think he was getting ready to sting me again. But I just flipped him off and I left real quick. And he stung me once. And the stinger was not in my leg, but it felt like something just poked right through my leg. It hurt. And I come in immediately. I washed it good and I put Neosporin on it. And you can't even tell this morning. I guess there's like just a little pink dot there where he stung me. So I got lucky with that. Um, I'm doing laundry right now and I've been catching up my paperwork, paying bills. Excuse me, guys, I'm so sorry. And really about all I've got. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. About all I've got left to do this weekend is run the sweeper and wash my hair. And I hate washing my hair because tons of it falls out. And I think for every hair that falls out, I gain like 50 new ones in that hair particle hole. But anyway, I have to run the sweeper really good and clean up the bathroom. So that's about all I've got left to do this weekend. Oh, and we need to sweep the vents because, the vents up in the ceiling, they get like the bathroom vents. I can't stand it when they start looking dirty. So Jeff's 6 foot something and he can reach, so he sweeps those for me. But anyway, that's kind of what's going on here. I hope everyone has a wonderful, safe weekend. And we will be back sometime next week. And see you all then. I will try to keep up with videos the best I can. Like I always say, I never mean to miss anyone. I guess once in a while we just do. But anyway, thanks guys for popping in. And we'll see y'all later. Bye guys.